Hi everyone, welcome to the Rising Right podcast. We're back here with another news segment, and we're sorry for not being here for about 3 weeks. We were both sick and or busy, but we're back, and hopefully something like that won't happen again. So, do you want to go ahead and introduce this first issue?
So I think everyone already knows that Mom Donnie has won in New York City. And it can be a good thing and it could be a bad thing for some. But overall, at least he is anti-Israel, which is better than someone who's just bought out by AIPAC and is going to destroy the city even more. Might as well just let it burn down now. So this is Zoran Mamdani after his victory, and we'll take a look and listen to it.
I am a democratic socialist. And most damning of all, I refuse to apologize for any of this. I am.
Okay.
Now, you got to ask yourself, are these the people, is this what the people look like who built New York City? And the answer is no. And I don't want him to apologize for being a Democrat socialist. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is the aggression we've seen on the left. I want the right to respond just as hard, if not 5 times harder. 5 times harder would be great, but
Mhm.
you know how hard it is getting the right to do anything, really. Uh, I would love to see the right stand up on a stage like this and be like, I'm a proud nationalist and there's nothing anyone can do about it. But
Yeah.
once that money comes rolling in from Rabbi Schmeckelstein, it doesn't really go over too well.
There is this quote from Vladimir Putin that I think kind of sums up our political system at the moment, and it's that every 4 years, a new president is elected in Washington. But when he gets into office, men in black suits with briefcases come in and tell him how it's run. And with Mamdani, even though he is like anti-Israel, so to speak, as far as I understand, and I could be wrong about this, but Andrew, I don't know if you've heard this. He's kind of conceded some of the points back to Israel, and I think that's the only reason he was ever able to get into office. Because you heard people talking about this before the elections was, oh, he's never going to win unless he kisses Israel's feet, right? And he started to kind of suck up to them recently, and here we are. So I just wanted to point that out.
Well, I think there's a difference between sucking up to the Jews and just visiting them in their neighborhoods. What what he didn't do is visit Israel and kiss the wall, and that's why
That
I
is
am
true.
happy about. You go out, you got the Yarmulke sitting with the Jews. That's bad, right? But these people have no morals. It doesn't matter. But what does matter is the he still you have to still concede that he did send a shockwave through the system of when he was on the debate stage, he turned to everyone and was like, I'm not going to Israel. I'm going to stay right here
Yeah,
in New
I
York
did see
City.
that.
That's huge. And we need everyone to be saying this stuff, but
Mm.
obviously,
Yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
the situation's pretty dire when it's the democratic socialist not being bought out by the Jews, and our own conservatives are the ones going and kissing the wall.
It's awful. And more people like this are going to get elected, by the way. People are going to be even further left than Mamdani, and they're going to win in cities like San Francisco, LA, even Chicago has a super far left mayor. It's going to be even worse than Mamdani. And it's because
Mm.
the left is feeling more pushed every day by Trump and just the right in general. And they're going to just keep swinging more left. What the left saw is this massive victory in New York City. And they're going to
Yeah.
run with that. They're going to go and elect another guy just like Mom Donnie in any other major city. And they're going to try and take over as much as they can. The midterms is going to be a blue tsunami.
Yep. And I'll also say this, right? With he calls himself a socialist because he doesn't want to use the word communist or Marxist. I would say that his views are less like kind of what you think about when you think like Swedish or Norwegian socialists, like Nordic socialism, but more so in line with Marxism. Because I bet you, like, sure, he is a Muslim, but I know for a fact that because he's a Muslim, a lot of the policies he's going to put in place are going to be inherently anti Christian. And Marxism, in essence, is anti Christian. It is revolutionary anti Christian. And I don't think that's too far off of what we can expect from Mabdani. And with the left in general, it's all revolutionary. It all comes from this revolutionary mindset that Marx brings about. This idea that morality is broken up into oppressed and oppressors, and that's how you judge what's good and what's bad. I think that fuels the leftist ideology and is also the essence of what Mabdani is trying to push for.
100%. Very well said. And we will move on to the next topic. And this next post comes from our great hero, Jeff Epstein, reporting from the other side, probably the ninth layer of hell. I don't know where he's from. But he is reporting on this EBT crash out. Everyone knows about the EBT crash outs. Where's my food stamps at? Uh, Personally, I don't care. I think we can leave the government shut down for however long we need to. Let it burn. Who cares? This is going to be EBT crash out. People are robbing. So the description says a woman robbing another woman because Trump cut food stamps on EBT. Let's hear it. I just want to say this. Why is it all meat? This girl has bought like enough food to feed
Dude,
an army.
okay, here's what I've been seeing recently is that the people that have been like going and robbing these Walmarts, these Costco's, these Publix's, whatever, they come out with like the most expensive food they could possibly get. Like it's not like they're stealing the potatoes and the whatever or the canned soups. They're coming out with like fucking lobsters with steaks. It's insane.
And that's the thing is they get like $3,000 of EBT and they're not smart with it at all.
Yeah.
Or like food stamps, they're not smart with it at all. They'll get like the most expensive things, like okay, well if I spend this amount of money and be smart with the food, and I get the deals and I do the buy one get one, they're just like let me get my lobster
Yeah.
and my steaks.
Well, we give them too much money. Like it's not.
Oh, yeah.
I understand it's different if you have a larger family. Like that is completely true. But I will say, living on my own in college, it's pretty easy to shop cheaply. Like there's cheaper foods: sauerkraut, sausage, onions, apples, potatoes. That'll sustain you. It's sure it's not
greed.
it's not the greatest, but it's gonna keep you alive. And also, there's a certain level of ungratefulness you have to be to just be leeching off of these government systems and not trying to work to get out of it. You have to be so ungrateful to your country. And honestly, I think that in doing so, you're no longer an American. You're denying your nation that's helped you to get here. The average taxpayer, the average working man that works their asses off so you can eat. And you treat us like this.
And they don't care. It's all greed. That's why they go in. They get pissed. Well, I don't want to buy the stuff that's off brand. Okay, then don't eat. That's what the response that should be. Then don't eat. Because realistically, you're teaching your kids, hey, you can live off the government too, just like your mom.
Yep.
Where's your dad at? Oh, who knows where he's at? No one knows. And this big family argument has to be squashed too. Stop having so many freaking kids. There are too many single mothers in America because we have a degenerate society who is just a lax church. No one's in church no more. No one has a stable family. No one knows their neighbor anymore. No one's taking care of each other. So it's just like, I'm gonna teach my kids how to steal. We saw that video. I think a lot of you have seen that video of that mom and her 3 sons who were like 11 to maybe 15 years old robbing a Walmart, bags full of stuff, saying, "You better open these doors right now. I'm gonna smash these windows."
Dude,
These kids are 11 years old.
There's been multiple videos online of these black people going into the Walmarts and then like explaining to others that hey, no one's gonna stop you from just walking out. Just go walk out. It's a it's a parasite to this country. This ideology, it's a parasite. It's parasitic. It's a cancer. It's gonna, for one thing, it means that we're gonna have to pay more because they're gonna cry. They're gonna really cry about this afterwards. Now that it's gone, they're really gonna cry. Once it comes back, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this isn't enough," because they've been stealing shit this entire time, right? When they go back to having to be on it and being honest people and paying for shit, which maybe they won't even do that. They'll probably just keep stealing shit anyway because now they can know they can get away with it. But regardless, now that EBT is part of the big conversation in politics, they're really gonna push for taking more money from us. Is what I'm trying to say.
I agree, and I just looked up quickly the percentage of races who are on EBT and food stamps, stuff like that. So this is 30%, 37% of people on food stamps are white, 26% of them are black, 16% are Hispanic, 4% are Asian, 1.5 Native American, and 16% is race just unknown, which is kind of weird. Why do we not know these people's race when
That's
they're
kind
on
of
government
interesting,
assistance?
actually.
We should really know. 16%, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's the same as the Hispanic population. So if we can make out a 16%, maybe I don't know, maybe I just don't know enough about this, but it seems a little ridiculous by percent. Okay, under it says by percentage of population participating, 24% of the black population receives SNAP benefits, a significantly higher rate than any other race group. 17.2% of the population, which are Hispanics, receive SNAP, and 9.7% of the population that is white receives SNAP. So, um, and it all goes back to like the civil rights movement and the things that Richard Nixon's done, the things that Lyndon Johnson has done to just absolutely crush the black community into just oblivion, uh, which was like, oh, we'll pay for your college. A Section 8 housing, it's on us. It's created a society that just lacks all independence. There's no community
Yeah.
base now. There's no community base. It's just
And
every man for himself. Steal from a freaking woman who has a cart full of meat trying to feed her kids.
and here's the thing, right? Is that I'm not necessarily against a program like this existing, but we have to somehow stop the fact that people are just leeching off of it. People that don't really need it, that are able-bodied and able to get a job, you know? Um, because then it's a disservice to the people that really need it. As a matter of fact, it's kind of insulting to them, I would assume, right?
No, you're right. And a lot of people just don't want to get on it. I know a lot of guys who would work 3 jobs instead of getting on this stuff just because it's like a I'm gonna make it by. And
And
a lot of these people need to have this mentality of get a job. Most of these people don't even have jobs.
yeah,
Get a freaking job. Go flip burgers. It's not gonna destroy your whole ego and pride. Well, it might be a good thing. Just go flip a few burgers at McDonald's. No one's gonna shame you for flipping a few burgers and putting the
yeah.
fries in the
Have
bag. All
have the
right.
humility to do honest work.
Yeah.
You know, because don't don't be so prideful that you just become a leech on society. That you expect everyone to solve all of your problems. You know?
It goes back to this thing that the left has done of just making a victim out of
Yeah.
everyone who is of color. The
And
reason you're
that's
on EBT and all these SNAP benefits because of slavery. It's somehow affected you even now. And
and
but it's okay. We're gonna give you everything you'll ever want and need. You're gonna be eating lobster and you're gonna be eating steaks while the white man over there, or even anyone really, the hardworking taxpayer has
mhm.
to work 3 jobs to keep this family afloat. It's like holding a rock over your head and just trying to walk with it. All of society above you.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's gonna collapse. You're gonna break your neck.
And to that point that you briefly stated, it has to do with this kind of oppressed mentality. And again, this is actually why we see a lot of the civil rights movements being run by communists. MLK was a communist, like a legit communist. And the reason for that is the ideology of Marx, the oppressed, the oppressor, is so useful. It's so easy to be applied to these to this race race war identitarian politics. And we end up with issues like the EBT causing in this particular case, a lot of to revolts and to start asking for more, stealing stuff, being a disruption to society. It's because because of Marxism, they have this necessity to revolt. They have this necessity for revolution. It all stems from that ideology.
All right, well said. We can go on to the next topic.
Okay.
And this next clip comes from the Good Morning Britain news channel. They're interviewing a World War II veteran. You may have seen this already, talking about Remembrance Day, and let's see his opinions on World War II and if it was worth fighting for, if it was worth the fight.
Remembrance Sunday mean for you? What is your message?
My message is, I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is now.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
What do you mean by that, though, at this point?
What we fought for, and what we fought for was their freedom. We find that even now it's darn sight worse than what it was when I fought for it.
Oh, Alec, I'm sorry you feel like that, because I want you to know that all the generations that have come since, including me and my children, are so grateful for your bravery and all that for service personnel. And it's our job now, isn't it, to make it the country that you fought for. You absolutely fought for.
Is it.
And we will do. We want to...
I'm so wonderful to know there are people like you that can spread the word around.
We will do.
Younger generation.
And I guarantee that everybody watching at home will be wanting you to send lots of love. We've got another little bit special thing for you, Alec. We've got the D-Day darlings here. Come on over, guys. You've got a little special present for him.
Ooh.
Come and give it if you can, to thank you for all your many brave years of service and others like you.
This is our album, Alec, and I know you love a lot of the songs on there. And this is the least we can do. This is such a small thing, but you know we love you so much, Alec.
And it's all signed for you there as
These
well.
young ladies are like my own daughters.
Hey, we know you're a minority in your country, and you're pretty much in tears because your country sucks now. It's gone in the can, and you know white girls are being stabbed by some random migrant out in the street, and 10 people just got stabbed in a train like last week. People are getting stabbed every day. But hey, here's a DVD. We signed it for you, and we'll get some girls to look really nice. They'll put some lipstick on, dress up really nice for you. Everything's all right, Grandpa. You can go back to Coltswold and the White Town where you're safe and sound from the migrants stabbing you to death. That's how you repay this guy. And the girl said it best. That's the least you can freaking do for him.
Yeah.
How about you stand up for what's right? We'll do that. We'll get the things good. We're gonna get it fixed for you, Grandpa. Okay. Well, how about you start with getting your communist prime minister out of office? Number one. Number two, you start getting your support behind people like Hugh Anthony. And get Tommy Robinson out of there. That guy is owned by Mossad, bro. Number three, how about you get on the street and start protecting the girls and the boys who are being stabbed to death by some random Somalian or sub-Saharan guy while he's screaming Allahu Akbar, just stabbing people to death, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to try and do the best we can, and we're going to do the best we can for your grandpa. Well, how about this? Don't vote for Labor. Don't vote for Greens. Don't vote for the Jeremy Corbyn party. None of that crap. All of them suck. They're all owned. They're all owned. And we know by who. We know by who.
And for a little bit of context for the American viewers watching this, Remembrance Day is this thing in the UK and the rest of the Commonwealth where it's kind of like our Memorial Day or Veterans Day. And it takes place in, if I'm correct, November the 11th. or it's because that's when World War One ended, I think. But also, yeah, no, this is just heartbreaking, heartbreaking, because I can only imagine the horrors that he went through, the things he saw. He, at the time, the British Empire was huge. He believed that he was fighting for the glory of this great empire.
The
And
sun
then,
never set.
yeah, on which the sun never set. And by the way, is still technically large enough that the sun still never sets on. But imagine sacrificing so much, literally willing to give your life for this great Christian country of yours. And then it's now and now it's no longer exists. I have to admit, the English Empire, as we knew it, no longer exists. It's no longer run by its native people. It's been invaded by these foreigners. And it's no longer Christian. It's now this Islamist, Salafist state. And, I'd like to think that the sorrow that he feels for his country, out of this love that he has for his children, for his children's children, is something like the sorrow that Christ feels when he sees us fall into sin, when he sees his children fall into sin.
Yeah, and it's so smug how these people react to.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix that. How are you? We need to fight the far right extremists and arrest people like Paul Joseph Watson and Hugh Anthony. Throw them in prison. They're far right extremists. I'm telling you, it needs to be a reverse. America needs to invade the UK and take over everything and kick out all their migrants.
I think it's wonderful they had him on TV. I think that was a very nice gesture. But the thing is, this guy, he will probably not be on TV again after this, I'll tell you that, because of the way the UK is. But this guy comes on to onto this show, and he uses this one opportunity he has, this 15 minutes of fame, so to speak, to say, hey, I really miss my old country. This isn't what I fought for. I don't want this for my future generations. Like, I'm deeply saddened by this. And then these newscasters, as the person here who posted this rightly points out, they gaslight him, they brush over it, and they move on. How awful is that?
They know what he thinks.
How rude is that?
They know exactly what he thinks. Because the city he grew up in probably does not look like it was when he was born there.
It probably looks like some
different.
Hindi bazaar.
There's probably a mosque where the old church was,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gone to hell. And he knows that, and that's why he's... And I bet what really saddens him is the fact that he knows how old he is, and he can't do really nothing about it.
I know. And
he has to rely on the people ahead of him, and that's awful.
And I will say this, for everyone watching this, pay attention to the English politics. Because something I've noticed is that whatever is happening in the UK and generally in the Commonwealth ends up eventually making its way to America later on. Now, we have to remember, the English, although is definitely not the same country that we knew and loved, and it's definitely not the military power it used to be, it still has a great deal of soft power. It still has a great deal of cultural power. And there's a lot of elites there, a lot of people that have a say in what goes on in the Anglosphere. They are very influential, and the patterns that we see in the UK, I have no doubt will eventually make its way into the US, unless something drastic changes where the right steps up and does something about it.
Yeah, I agree. And like you got people like Prince Andrew who are on Epstein's Island, right? I mean, the Bank of England still is ridiculously powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And they got into America in like Woodrow Wilson's term. So they've been in power and they've been running a lot of very awful things in America for a long time.
I'm just saying, get ready. Everyone on the right wing, get ready, because what you see in the UK that you despise so much is our future if you're not careful, if you don't take a stand.
In a way, it's already happened here. I mean, like, this country has just been completely washed with a dirty rag.
Yeah, actually,
it's awful.
Something that I probably should have put up for our news segment, but I didn't find I didn't think to find a story on it. But the digital IDs, they're pushing that all around the Commonwealth and Australia, the UK in particular. The idea that that's going to replace your driver's license, that you're going to need it to log into to be able to access internet sites, to go to drink, whatever. Now, all of your data, all of your personal information, for one thing, it's more vulnerable now because who knows who can get into this electronic systems. Electronic systems are always going to be more vulnerable than pen and paper. And for another, now they track you. They're going to be able to track everything you do, everywhere you put that ID, you know. And who's to know what kind of other things are going to attach to this? Is it going to end up as being a social credit system like they have in communist China, for example?
Nah, I mean, you're right. And when you're saying it spreads to the U.S., I mean, we really already had that with the Patriot Act back in Bush's term.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely okay. The government can say, yes, we can spy on you. It's okay because of the Patriot Act. They don't care. They don't care. Even if they get caught with it, who's going to actually go against them?
And heck, I've seen videos around the internet. I'm sure many of the viewers have as well, of these FBI agents showing up to people's doors just because they posted something anti-Israel, which is insane.
And it's gonna keep happening.
Here's the thing: you can criticize America, you can criticize any country in the world, but the moment you question Israel, I think that should tell you something about who's really in power, who really runs things. But
hey, watch your mouth. Be a good goy.
oh shoot, I'm gonna get a visit.
Yeah, you're gonna be apologizing to the rabbi like Kanye West did.
I'll kiss the wall, I'll get my $7,000, and I'll be happy.
Hands on the wall. Kiss the wall, goy. Kiss the wall. All right, next topic. And now for our last topic, we got another EBT crash out. It's gonna keep happening. McDonald's are gonna burn. Arby's, we're coming for you. Let's see it.
This sandwich is gonna be mine. It's gonna pay for it. Listen, I'm gonna call corporate. No. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna call corporate. Take your sandwich. Yeah, okay?
we will.
No. I'm gonna call corporate. I'm gonna call corporate.
Go for it. We
Okay,
don't accept DVT.
Wait, you know what?
Go for it. We don't accept DVT.
All subways do normally. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I talked to her and I told her that I had an EBT card on me. I was holding it.
Just
But I
get
was gonna
cash.
pay for
Why
it.
don't you have cash?
Because I don't have the cash on me right now.
Okay, why don't you get a phone?
Okay, and maybe I
Get your money up,
don't
now
have
you're
cash
funny
on me.
up. Get your money up, now you're funny up, bro. Get your money up.
Money up.
Dude, why are you using
Hold on.
EBT?
First of all,
Use some money.
you're
Use
gonna
some
get fired, dog. Okay.
Go for it.
I'm gonna call. What's your name?
Bob the Builder, dog. Get the fuck out.
I'm gonna wait by this car. I'm about corporate right now.
Get the fuck out, dude.
Shut the fuck up. Bitch, how the fuck?
Get out. You're a little bitch, but get the fuck out. Get out.
Get out!
Hey, man.
Get out! Stop harassing these people! Get out!
Oh my God, God! Oh my God.
Bitch, what's going on? Do that!
Okay. I gotta say this. You know, this is how the civilized person handles this. You walk up. Oh, you guys want to accept EBT? All right. Just leave my sandwich right there. I'm gonna go to the ATM that's like a block that way. I'll get some cash and I'll come back. And if you don't have cash, go. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasted you guys' time today. I didn't even realize it. And you know what? I guarantee, like, at least 7 times out of 10, if you just say like, I'm sorry, I don't have cash. I thought y'all accept EBT. They would probably let you slide, dude. They're a $1 billion corporation. I know so many places that would probably do that. And instead you show your crack like this, you're probably gonna get an assault charge now that you assaulted this guy, and you should be thrown in prison. Anyone who's this guy looks fine too, bro. He don't look like he's starving. He looks all right.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be on it, dude. It's just this it's this reliance thing. Man.
You know what I'll say also is, why would you, if you're really lacking that much in money, why would you use the government money to eat out? That's like the most waste you could possibly do with that money.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
A reasonable
and it doesn't make
person would
sense.
buy ingredients and cook at home because that's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it is. What, like, it looks like you got like a. Wait, what is like a? Let's see here. It looks like you got maybe like a foot long. You probably got a foot long, and that's like what, $16 at
Yeah,
Subway?
Subway's
Maybe 12,
expensive now for
$16?
some
It's
reason.
expensive, bro.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's like, come on, bro. Jersey Mike's and Firehouse, Jimmy John's is so much better than Subway. I wouldn't freaking go to Subway, but it's still expensive. Oh wait, it says right here,
Rob the builder, dog.
1657.
Oh yeah, 1657. Jeez.
For a sub. You know
That's
how much
stupid.
food you can make at home for 1657? And it's just retarded. I'm gonna go to Subway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Subway, spend my EBT money.
You can buy a can at Winn-Dixie of whatever for like 99 cents.
And you know, people are gonna sit and go say, well, they probably don't want to eat that all the time.
Too bad.
I don't really care.
That happens.
Yeah, you're on government assistance, fool.
And here's the thing.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm very grateful for this. You know, I'm very lucky to be in this situation, but I'm not necessarily at the point where I need food stamps or any government aid for my food, but I'm still smart about how I spend my money. Like I don't buy name brand stuff. I get generally cheap food, and I use my meal plan at college. You know, the food that I have is basically when I just don't have the opportunity to go down there. But no, it's even a person with a normal income should know how to spend their money wisely. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
This
It's
is a
something
lack in
so
education.
simple. Something so simple that people just cannot grasp. It's insane. Just be smart.
Get your money.
Why are you
up,
going to Subway?
not your funny.
How old is this guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
It baffles me that grown men will sit here and crash out over a Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
A Subway sandwich. It's not gold, bro. It's not.
It's
And
not
you're gonna
that-
assault somebody over it too. We got your face on camera, fool.
Yeah.
This makes sense. It's retarded.
escalated
These people
for
are
no
retarded.
reason. Yeah.
And like at the end too, it's like you're walking out the store, and you decide to come back in and punch the guy in the face.
Mm-hmm.
What? What did that do? Low impulse control, man.
Yep.
Man, it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem, and I'm telling you, this is just the start of it. People are going to start
Oh yeah.
really hurting these places.
How many days are we into this now? 7? It's only been a week since EBT's been out, and we have tons and tons of videos going around of stuff like this.
Yeah,
It's insane.
a lot of
And
pattern
actually,
recognition.
you know, I would say if you're at the point where you're relying on the foods, like you're spending so much of the government money you have on like garbage, and you don't have anything to get through this month, you maybe should have rethought how you're using your government money. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I saw some girl had like almost 10K in food stamps and stuff like that for her housing. She had like a ridiculous amount of kids. It's like almost 10K a month, bro.
Yeah. Well, and
You
like
no
I don't
one needs that much money.
I don't deny that some people need it, but for one thing, be grateful for it. Don't live off of it. The point is so that you're fed, you can get a job, and you can be a contributing member of society. And then thirdly, don't be stupid with your money.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's I think what should be like, you get it for 2 months, and then they check on you after that 2 months. Go, hey, you got a job? No? You haven't even applied for one?
It should
All right, we'll take that away.
It should be contingent on the fact that you're trying to get a job, I think.
And even then, when you do get a job, it should like be lowered to like maybe $200 a month, bro. You don't need it that much, bro. You'll be all right if you just are smart. That's the big deal. These people just are not smart with money. That's why they have to be given so much. 3.9K in food stamps.
Ultimately,
what?
This all stems from societal issues. The fact that we're less and less a Christian country. I saw this video of some dude interviewing whoever on the street, walking around being like, hey, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Every response in that video was a no. Like, that just broke my heart. And some of them were very, like, aggressive, like, militant atheist kind of responses. That breaks my heart that these people don't have Christ. And ultimately, none of these issues will ever be fixed unless we go out and bring glory to God, as our priest often talks about at church. Go bring glory to God in all things. It's going to rub off on other people. As long as you lead by example, people will follow.
Yeah, and I'm not like fully downing on these people. They were taught that somewhere,
Yeah, this
and
is
these people probably didn't have good upbringings.
this is a systemic problem. You know, it goes back generations of people raising people badly, parents leaving, one parent household, stuff like that. It's just unfortunate, and if we're gonna solve any issues, that should be attacked first. Is the culture.
That's the biggest problem. That's like the John Birch Society. They go into
Yeah.
that a lot about the culture, and I respect it. That's good for them. That's very good for them. They should keep doing that. I think right now we're in a very interesting point where you have one side of the aisle which is very anti-legal and illegal immigration, and one side that's just like, let's keep everyone here. It doesn't matter that America's turning into a third world hellhole, if it already isn't.
Right.
But that's all I have to say about this topic. You ready to wrap it up?
Yep.
Thank you all for watching another episode of the Rising Right podcast. I really appreciate it, and we will be back with more now that we're actually up to health. I appreciate the watch, and we will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.